After Khamzat Chimaev's very dominant performance at UFC 319, it really had me questioning just who will be the next middleweight champion. And then I really started to think, who's going to be the next champion in every weight class? Now, when I say the next champion, I mean the literal next champion, who's going to defeat the reigning champion, who's going to take over that division next. Not 5 years from now, not 3 years from now, but next. You know what I mean? So, that's what today's video is going to be all about. Before we jump into it, if you're new around here, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss out. Let's just get right into it with the flyweight division. Now, flyweight's interesting because we actually have a title fight set up. The date at the time of recording this is not confirmed, but it's going to be Alessandro Pantoja taking on Joshua Van. That is the next fight that's going to happen, and I feel like Joshua Van's going to win. I don't know. I feel like this man's just got the it factor. I know Pantoja is like a dominant champion. I know he's got grappling that Van hasn't really faced, and he might just ragdoll Joshua Van. But I believe in Joshua Van, and I believe he has plot armor, and I think he's going to box the head off of Alessandro Pantoja. I like Pantoja a lot, but I think his time's coming to an end. He's been champion for so long. It's time for the new age. Joshua Van's on an absolutely insane run right now, and I feel like he's just got it. I feel like he's gonna get a decision win over Pantoja and become the new champion. I feel it. I feel it. Now at bantamweight, this one is extremely tough because our current champion is Merab Dvalishvili, and no one's going to beat that dude. Like, I literally don't know who's going to beat that man. When Merab first became the champion, I thought maybe someone like O'Malley could recapitalize and get that title back. I thought it was going to take someone with the one-punch knockout power because Merab, you're not going to beat him in a decision. He's just too good. Clearly that didn't happen. So now I'm like, no one's going to beat this man. I think what's going to happen, there's two options. I know he's taking on Sandhagen soon. He's going to beat Sandhagen, like 50-45 him. So it's not going to be Corey Sandhagen. I think what's going to happen is either Merab is going to retire as the champion, he's going to move up a weight class, go for double champ status, because he's definitely earned that, and if he beats Corey Sandhagen, who's he going to fight next? Is he hand in a rematch just to 50-45 him? I think what's going to happen is he's either going to vacate the belt and move up, or he's going to rematch Umar sometime down the line, and that's the closest fight Merab's had in so long is against Umar. I think if anyone's going to take that belt from him, it's going to be Umar, and if it becomes vacant, Umar's going to capitalize and beat someone like a Yan or maybe an O'Malley or something along those lines. You know what I mean? I know, kind of a boring, basic answer, but I'm picking Umar to be the next bantamweight champion. I don't see anyone actually beating Merab in that bantamweight division. Umar had the closest fight with him. I feel like it makes sense for him to be the next champion. Now at featherweight, it took some thinking because we have a lot of very interesting matchups potentially to be made. Volkanovski, of course, is the champion. He's getting old. I think he should fight Movsar next. I think he would probably beat Movsar, even though that's a very compelling fight. Then we have someone like Lerone Murphy, who just got a vicious knockout over Aaron Pico, calling for the title shot. I also think he would be kind of a tough matchup for Volk, but again, I would probably lean Volk. We also have this banger coming up, Diego Lopez versus Jean Silva, and I got to imagine if Jean Silva wins this fight, they're going to give him a title shot. I'm such a big Diego Lopez fan, but I have a really bad feeling about this one. I think Jean Silva might get him out of there. We'll see. And if he does, they're obviously going to push Jean Silva for the title shot, and I do think he just slimes out Volk, kind of like Ilya did. I'm picking Jean Silva to be the next featherweight champion. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. I just can't. I know people love Jean Silva. It sucks because I also love watching him fight. But this fool, he's a grown man. He barking. That's the whole personality. He barks. Oh my god. Anyways, Jean Silva's going to be the champion. Kind of just how it's going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if Diego Lopez knocks out Jean Silva. I'm just saying. But I don't think Diego Lopez is the next champion. I'm picking Jean Silva. Now at lightweight, they're doomed. They're really doomed. Ilia Topuria is the champion. He's not losing that belt, I'll tell you that right now. I think he's going to remain the champion until he retires, or maybe potentially if, like, the stars align. Say Islam beats JDM at welterweight. Ilia goes up to welterweight to chase Islam, something like that, and the belt becomes vacant. That's the only way it's going to go. I think he's going to retire. I don't think anyone beats Ilia. I want that to be clear. I think once Ilia is out of the division, I'm looking at the lightweight rankings, and I'm seeing all these names like Charles. He's getting old. He's not going to reclaim that. Armin's very interesting. Paddy Pimblett's interesting. I think the winner of that could debatably be a champion, like an Armin versus Paddy. I think Max Holloway wins, low-key. I think Max Holloway is going to be the next lightweight champion. I know that's crazy. It's not going to validate the lightweight division too well because people are going to be like, oh, the champion is the guy that Ilia knocked out and then left the sport, and he's the champion again. It's, I don't know. I think it's gonna happen. I think Max beats like all of these lightweights. I think he beats everyone in the top 5 pretty much. The only fight that really scares me is Armin. I think Armin could beat him, but Max hasn't really shown bad takedown defense in his career. And when they're on the feet, you're just no match against him. So I'm picking Max Holloway. This one's kind of scary, though. I don't know. This is the one I'm least confident in. And at welterweight, this one's tough because I'm thinking JDM is fighting Islam. My mind is not totally made up on who's going to win this fight. Part of me really believes JDM, but it's just too... I think Islam's going to win. I do. I think Islam's somehow going to be the champion, and it's going to be crazy. And I was debating to put Sean Brady here. I feel like Sean Brady's maybe a nightmare matchup for JDM. But I'm thinking, like, Islam's kind of a better Sean Brady. No, like, he's more dangerous on the feet. His grappling's probably just as good. I know he's not an actual welterweight, but I think he'll do fine. I'm picking Islam. I am. I want JDM to win that fight. I think it would be an absolute shock to the whole sports world. But, yeah, I'm going to Islam. Now at middleweight, we have Hamza as the champion. This is a very similar case to Ilya, because after what I just saw, no one is going to beat Hamza. There's just no chance. I was thinking like a dark horse would be Anthony Hernandez, and I actually thought like, oh, that's going to be a tough fight for Hamza, but after what I just saw last night, I don't even know. I think Hamza still ragdolls him. I know his scrambles are better, Hernandez's scrambles are better than what Dricus was doing, but it's like, you saw how easy that was for Hamza. It's not going to be drastically different if he fights Fluffy. So with that being said, I think Hamza is probably going to defend the belt like once or twice and then try to move up. I do. So he's going to vacate the belt. And I know that's a cop-out, and I've done that a few times. But it's just honestly how I see it. And I think maybe someone like Dricus might still be around in that title race. They might do a vacant belt between like Dricus or Reiner de Ritter, Anthony Hernandez. I think Anthony Hernandez wins. I do. After what I saw Dricus go through against Hamzat, if it's like Dricus versus Anthony Hernandez, I think Anthony Hernandez is going to be able to hold down Dricus, submit him. He does fine on the feet. His grappling's too good. His cardio's too good. He's a nightmare for a lot of these guys, and I know like he has a lot of hype right now because of his last performance. I've been big on Anthony Hernandez for a while now. Him fighting Roman Dolidze did not make me realize, oh wow, he's great. Roman Dolidze's terrible. Anthony Hernandez killed him though, and I think Anthony Hernandez is low-key going to be the next champion. Another interesting one at light heavyweight. We have interesting matchups. We have Pereira rematching Ankalaev. I want Pereira to win that, but I think Ankalaev's probably going to, and then Pereira is going to like retire or go to heavyweight. We have Yuri fighting Khalil Roundtree. That's a banger. I think the winner of that will get a title shot. And we also have Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. That's another interesting one, and I think they'll as well be lined up for a title shot. Getting a lot of division movement here. I think Ankalaev probably beats Pereira, and then I think they do Ankalaev versus Yuri. Why do I see Yuri knocking this fool out? I think Yuri's style is too insane. I think he's going to regain that title. He's only been the champion once, and I think he's going to recapture it. It's going to be insane. His style's insane. He's got crazy, like, pace. And I just don't know. Ankalaev's going to try to grapple him, but Yuri makes fights into wars, you know what I mean? So I think Yuri's going to be able to do it. I don't know. I see it. And lastly, for heavyweight, my glorious king Tom Aspinall is the champion. He is scheduled to fight Cyril Gane. He's going to knock out Cyril Gane within the first 2 rounds, absolutely. Then he's going to fight someone, I don't know, like a Volkov or an Almeida. He's going to beat everyone. Like, no one's beating Tom Aspinall. I'm sorry. Right now, I have no fighter that I'm like, oh, I'm scared for Tom Aspinall on this one. Now, with that being said, I'm going to be absolutely petrified watching every fight. But realistically, I don't think Tom Aspinall loses to anyone in the top 15 at heavyweight. Maybe in 5 or 6 years, when someone new's on the map, they beat him. But that's why, guys, today I'm going to be announcing, I'm going to start bulking up, and the next heavyweight champion is going to be me. Watch out, Tom Aspinall. Watch out. Have a good one.